We're live, right? I don't know that I have words right now. I don't know that I have words. I fully was prepared to come on this Night 2 SummerSlam reaction show and celebrate Cody Rhodes getting the ball back and celebrate that for 2 nights in a row, I was correct at the ending of the show and that John Cena and Cody Rhodes would have a sign of respect and they would both be baby faces by the end of the night. But what happened at the end of SummerSlam was nowhere even near the bingo card. Like, I can't even say it wasn't even on the bingo card. It wasn't even in the ballpark. It wasn't even in the state, wasn't in the country. Aaron Grisham is back with me tonight. Aaron, it wasn't even on the planet that I thought tonight was a possibility. To say that I am shocked, oh, buddy.
Chris, you've known me for years. You've never seen me
speechless. That's true.
Speechless. I don't shut up. That is one of my flaws in life is I don't shut up, and I don't. What did we just watch?
I don't know.
I'm still thinking like, no, that wasn't real. That wasn't real. There's no chance that was real. Like, we'll wake up tomorrow and it'll just be Cody won the title and that is what it is, and maybe we wake up in an alternate universe and The Rock finally showed up and Travis Scott showed up and
right,
you know what was supposed to happen happened. No, Brock Lesnar's back. What did I just say out loud?
Yeah. Brock Lesnar is back, and we're here to talk about it. Squared Circle Radio is live immediately following SummerSlam. And if you're a regular listener to the podcast, you understand that I'm flabbergasted. If you're brand new to the show and you're like, this guy can't do an intro. He can't do anything. Listen, I'm like you. Your status on the screen right now says currently in shock. You are speechless. I don't know what just happened. Brock Lesnar is back on WWE television in a world where I think you were the one that said it last night, Aaron, that we knew he wasn't coming back.
Right.
You said it. Words came out of your mouth.
Yeah, like, it's and the reason I said it was, I mean, there's kind of some stuff going on in the background.
There's some stuff.
And it's still going on. I guess we just don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, and here's the thing. One, the episode of Unreal next year for this specific SummerSlam is going to be incredible because I guarantee you it's going to be exactly how they set up the heel turn.
Yep.
It's going to be Triple H is sitting there directing the entire show or the entire, last 5 minutes of the segment.
Yep.
And even I don't know how you felt. I thought Michael Cole's reaction was genuine. Like, he straight up said, "Holy shit."
Yeah, he didn't know. There's no way he knew.
No.
There's no way he knew.
Everyone was just completely like, so yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll get more into it. I have other thoughts too for the ending, but yeah, I mean, Brock Lesnar is back in WWE. Okay, sure.
Here's what I'm going to say about Brock being back in WWE. Obviously, we are incredibly shocked. We don't know how all this happened. Quite frankly, Aaron, we're never going to know how all this happened. There's no way even if this is part of the Unreal doc for next year, there's no way we find out.
So much stuff is going to get cut. So much stuff is going you're literally going to see like Triple H on the feed. He's just going to say, "All right, send in Brock." And everyone probably in Gorilla is going to be like, "What did you just say?"
Who?
Yeah. Like Brock is walking through Gorilla. It's gonna be the reverse moment of when Brock threw the heavyweight belt back at Vince and immediately just beelined it out of Gorilla. It's gonna be him beelining it through Gorilla, and everyone's like, "Was that?"
Yeah.
How did he get through security? Probably killed security, but I mean, it's Brock Lesnar. But yeah, I mean,
I'll say this about Brock. it's fitting that he is back for a John Cena retirement tour. If they brought him
Sure.
back just for one match against John Cena,
Sure.
kudos. Like kudos.
Because it kind of when you drop the belt to Cody and you have what is it 3 months 4 months left on the tour, it's
4.
four. You're probably thinking like, all right, well, what are we gonna do? Like,
Yep.
what's Cena do for the next 4 months? So like this looks like we've got something now for the next month, 2 months. Is this something that Survivor Series? I was talking about it with the guys. Could we see Cena go for an 18th title and he drops the belt? Like, I think that's a total possibility because we built up this whole thing of like he wants to take the belt home with him. He's the last great champion or last real champion and everything like that. I've always thought too, like him taking that belt would be WWE's way of retiring that belt and coming up with a new design.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, again, it's weird that Brock is back with everything that's going on, but
Yep.
it does make all the sense in the world that you do have one of Cena's biggest rivals in his entire career at WWE come back for a final match. Again, he did it with Punk. So
Yep.
at this rate, Rock's going to get a match. Well, probably not. Rock. I feel like Rock is officially done.
He might be. You're right. Yeah, we're gonna dive into all of this. This is crazy. Welcome to Squared Circle Radio. We appreciate you guys being here. If you're watching us live, if you're listening to us on replay or watching the replay, we appreciate you doing that. Just make sure you're subscribed to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all of those kind of things. Leave us a review, a rating on Apple, on Spotify, all those things. We would appreciate that so much. I'm so shocked and I'm so just out of it right now that I didn't even introduce ourselves. Vacation Aaron is joining me on the show tonight. My name is Chris Belcher. Thank you for being with us as we react to SummerSlam Night number 2. And Aaron, you were sitting in this chair right beside me last night as we talked about night number 1 and how it let us down and how we had 4 bathroom breaks and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Without diving too deep into details, night number 2, is it even a comparison? What do you think?
Way better. Way better. There, I will say there were. We'll get into it, of course, but some matches. It was one of those deals where the matches were really good, but like the result I didn't love, or maybe it's I would have loved the result if we did. I don't know. You get what I'm saying. But overall, I mean, if you had to give me like a 1 to 10 scale for night 1 and night 2, night 1 is probably a solid 4. And then night 2, I could easily give it like a 9.5.
Yeah. I would say, I don't want to go 10 either.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the show, again, we'll get into it. I felt like the show started off really hot. Mm-hmm. And then Lyra Becky really just drug it down. Yes. And then we had to pull the nose back up. And by the main event, we got there, of course. But just, geez, man, I'm looking at my notes right here. By the way, if you guys are watching on YouTube, I was writing down notes and my son decided to draw us a little picture at the bottom of our notes. But as I'm looking at my notes,
is that his drawing of Brock Lesnar, by the way? Because that's a very adorable looking Brock Lesnar. It's the only time Brock Lesnar's probably ever looked adorable.
That's true. No, as I'm looking at it, I'm looking at my notes to talk about where we're going to go next, which is the actual main event and before all the shenanigans at the end happen. I just see the word Brock and I'm like, I just can't believe that I actually wrote that. And I'm legitimately having to talk about it. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. I found it really interesting that because I told this to my wife who was sitting there. I listened to an interview with Cody Rhodes this week with Bill Simmons, and they made some sort of comment. Cody had said somewhere that he didn't like going back side ramp. Now, what that means is like for big shows, they lead most people that lose a match, they lead them off the side of the ramp to go backstage and let the winners be the one to take the actual ramp up. And Cody said he would never go side ramp. He'll take the extra 30 seconds and he'll just go up the ramp himself. And I saw him go side ramp tonight and I went, either something is going to happen or he's just giving John the runway, which I thought was going to happen. And then obviously Brock showed up. But Aaron, let's talk about Cody versus Cena. It went so much longer than I expected. It was absolutely incredible. I popped so much when Cena did the black and white Tron and then it turned to his colors and we got a huge pop from that. Just incredible back and forth between these two. It makes you wish that you would have got this at WrestleMania, but you couldn't because John was full on heel at that point. But man, one of my favorite wrestling main events that I've watched in a long time.
Absolute cinema for the folks watching at home.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, goodness, what was it? A 40-minute match?
At least, yeah.
Shout out both of them for being able to have that good of a match for 40 minutes and keeping it up. And I mean, that just goes to show you how good Cody and Cena are.
Yep.
I don't know if you got this feeling, but when Cena and Cody were hugging at the end of the match and Cody was looking like he was crying right there and they were embracing, I saw that and I go, Cena's cutting the retirement tour short. Like, he's calling it right there. Like, this was his last match and he didn't want everyone to know. I thought that's what was getting ready to happen. And then he turned to the crowd and then he was like, I'm done. And then it looked like he was thanking the crowd. I was like, oh my gosh, he's actually ending it here. And then Cole came in and was like, take it in. You only get this for 3 or 4 more months.
Yep.
And when I heard that, I was like, okay, what's getting ready to happen? Right. But yeah, I legitimately thought that for a moment there that was Cena's retirement match was going to be at SummerSlam, and it was him dropping the title to Cody, and it was his way too of fully protesting the heel turn, like, and them saying like, hey Rock, don't meddle in our business anymore because clearly it did not work. I also, if I can say, I also thought we were getting ready to see a Cody heel turn. I mean, we had the crowd booing him. Yep. It looked like he was, having that conflict of, do I hit John while he's down multiple times? Do I start beating the crap out of him? Yep. And John goes to full on babyface. There is no doubt. Yep. And we didn't get any of that. And so I was happy for the finish without obviously knowing that Brock was coming out, but there was still that moment of like, okay, cool. I think they went about everything fine and it was a good match overall, but I was going to be left with, well, where do we go next? And now that we have Brock back in the picture, I feel a lot more, I feel excited for what's ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you had Cody seemingly giving Cena the floor to be able to end the night on a feel-good moment, which I thought we would get since we got a shocking moment last night. Of course, again, as we keep saying, we were all wrong. But the way that Cena was able to turn the clock back, man, and the way that he was able to he'd do his best to channel 10 to 15 years ago and get to that place and have this match with Cody. I think they could have done it without the gimmicks. Of course, the chair and the tables and, the stuff that the stairs spot early. I thought all that stuff was cool. I'm glad they did it.
Did you think, by the way, that Cody's wrist was broken there?
Yes.
I think it was broken and he may have popped it back into place because it looked like something was poking out.
It certainly did. Yep. It certainly did. Yep. I thought that same thing.
I will also say too, I don't know if you thought this, but I thought that was like the first match that John's, like, it looks like he legitimately enjoyed being a part of. Like, he looked like he enjoyed wrestling tonight, and I don't know if that's because they dropped the heel gimmick. I don't know if, whatever it may be, but it looked like he actually enjoyed wrestling tonight.
Well, think about it. Think about it though. The gimmick that he was running with was ruin wrestling. So he didn't want to have fun doing it.
That's valid. Yeah. It makes total sense when you say it that way.
But I get the point too, because we saw, it makes you wonder what we could have gotten with Cena over the last 4 months had we had this version of John and him having fun in the ring with people. So now you can only hope that we get that version of John for the next 4 months, and we're able to get some fun things with a Brock Lesnar. Obviously, I'm still contending that we're going to get a Roman Reigns match. I would love to see a John Cena Dominic Mysterio match. I think that would just be tremendous. I still want to see John Cena versus Logan Paul 1-on-1. I want to see John and AJ. I want to see John and Drew McIntyre. I want to see just John and all these guys now with this turned up babyface version of John that we can celebrate. It's going to be cool. I'm anxious for the next 4 months on the way out, but seemingly he's not going to have the WWE Championship. That belongs back in the hands of QB1, Cody Rhodes, the guy. Man, I see where you were going with the way that you were thinking about John, but with me, or there at the ending when he was talking to Cody, but with me, Cody is very public about how he's a crier and he's going to get emotional. And that moment right there, retirement didn't cross my mind. It was, this is the official passing of the torch. This is Cena giving the torch to Cody Rhodes. You're the guy. It is your company. I'm done. You have worked so hard to be the next John Cena. It's yours. Take it and run with it.
Which means we're never going to get a heel turn by Cody until his retirement tour.
Right, exactly right. Oh, that's good. Oh, I love that so much. But man, I can't get over how well that Cena turned the clock back tonight. Kudos to Cody Rhodes. Some of the awesome things that they did in this match, dude. Cena coming up the Cody Vader with Cody on his shoulders was a super cool visual. I love that. Cody hitting a pile driver in the middle of the ring. You might not have gotten this, but when he took the turnbuckle off, that was a callback to the greatest War Games match of all time, 1992. Go back and watch it. WCW. It's available on Peacock. That was the finish of
nice
that match.
Plug there. Good Lord.
Hey, I'm trying to get that check, you know. But that's what that callback was from. Just super cool, man. I really enjoyed this match, and they hit a home run with it.
Yeah, them going through the side entrance over by the ramp. Yes. That was, I thought too, because they were going through that way, and it took a minute for them to, I guess, start the next bit. Was I thought they were going to go to like a taped behind the scenes, and Cody and John were like, all right, quick hydration break while the tape's going, and then they come up. I thought that's what was going to happen, because I was like, oh, they're going to fight in Gorilla or something like that. I
thought we were going to get that too. Yeah.
But overall, that match, it honestly, it exceeded expectations. I was really going into it thinking, all right, excuse me. I thought, all right, we're gonna get a lackluster match. Everything's gonna be predictable. Cena's gonna swerve. The Rock's gonna come out at some point, and it's just gonna be like, oh, all right, cool. Cena's the champion yet again. But we always do this, and one day we're going to just figure it out. You just gotta let Papa H cook, okay? Right. The way that he books is it's a roller coaster. I honestly think that he wants the viewers to be down in the dumps with his booking.
Of course he does.
Where he is like, when I think you guys have earned it, I'm gonna make it go.
Yep.
11. I'm gonna set it to 11. So again, like we had the show last night. We were like, we made all of our predictions, and it was all, it was just kind of vanilla, really. And then here we are, currently in shock.
I know. And what people forget is this is entertainment. It's supposed to evoke emotion out of you. And emotion is not always happy. It's not always gleeful. It's mad. It's sad. It's all of those things. All of those things are the emotions that any movie or any TV show or anything, some TV shows and movies make you legit cry because you're sad or because you're happy. Aaron, you were in my house. I could have cried because Seth Rollins cashed in last night. Could have cried. But you would have had to peel me up off the floor tonight when Brock Lesnar showed up. Like, just all of those things. Again, you said it perfectly. Gotta let him cook. Let Papa H cook. Just go on the ride. If you enjoy the highs of wrestling as much as you say that you do, you gotta take the lows and you gotta get on that roller coaster, because the highs aren't going to feel nearly as good if you don't experience the lows.
Yep. I mean, it's. I mean, again, like the Seth pop last night, which we're not giving enough credit to the sound guy, by the way.
No, we're not. Right?
The if you go back and you watch it, it's probably a partnership between the sound guy and Seth, because as soon as Seth pushes the crutches away, the song recues perfectly to like, oh, it's him coming out to kick ass.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So go back and watch it if you know. I'm sure I've watched it 3,000 times since last night, but go back and watch it now with that in your head, and it makes the moment even better.
Amazing.
But again, it's like what you're saying. It's you're supposed to feel the emotions. You're supposed to be happy and sad and everything like that.
Yep.
One of the things that I love about wrestling from the past, and why it's sort of come back now, and why I fell off of it in the mid 2000s, was it was less. I was getting less emotion and more just straight up disappointment with everything that I saw. It was just like, this isn't making me angry. This isn't making me happy. This is just leaving me, I don't get the excitement, right? So, like, Brock coming out, I fell out of my chair. I actually fell out of my chair. I wish you, because I was in a Discord watch party with my friends back home when we were watching. If you could go back and record the sound from that voice channel, you could hear a large thump, and that was my butt hitting the floor when Brock's music hit. So, like, and again, like, that's the stuff that we live for as wrestling fans.
Yes. Yes,
As those moments and those pops. You and I have talked about, like, what's the greatest pop of all time. I always will say that it's Kane in, what was it, 2001, coming out to beat up on with the Alliance or whatever.
I don't remember. You're wrong, but I don't remember.
I think it's the greatest pop, because from top to bottom, everything's perfect. JR's commentary makes it sound like it's the end of the world is happening. So, but we're getting way off topic now. I'll let you bring it back.
Let's go to the YouTube chat here. Dr. Durst back with us. Thank you for being with us. And if you're watching us live, drop those comments, questions, reactions, all the things in the chat. We are here for it. SummerSlam night number 2, reacting. Vacation Aaron is with me. My name's Chris Belcher. Thank you for being here with us on Squared Circle Radio Live. Again, live tonight after SummerSlam. We're going to be live tomorrow night after Raw for our regularly scheduled program. So come be with us as we unpack all of this stuff. Dr. Durst back in the chat. Lesnar, Punk, and Reigns should form the Heyman Haters faction. Now listen, you talk about a War Games match, Aaron. You put Punk, Reigns, Lesnar together again, and whoever else, doesn't matter at that point.
It could be Seth, Braun, and Bronson Reed.
That's what I'm saying. Seth, Braun, Bronson, and then 2 more people, whoever that is.
Right.
So fill out both sides. I mean, you talk about a War Games. Holy cow. So great point there, Dr. Durst.
They need to add a 3rd ring.
They do. It would be World War III. WCW's already done that and they failed. So actually, I would call that, I would do it like a doomsday cage, like WCW did, a triple cage. You got 1 ring, but you got 3 cages, and that would be WWE could find a way to make that work. Look back at the rest of the night, man. As cool as Cody winning, Brock coming back, as shocking as it all was, that was the only babyface win all night long. The rest of the night, all heels. Yeah. Didn't feel like it, but it literally was all heels. What stuck out to you that you really enjoyed from night number 2, aside from the main event?
I mean, I called it last night. That TLC tag team match. I mean,
bro, Dr. Durst said it in the chat too. TLC was fun. I mean, you called it. Yep.
And shout out to Candice LeRae. She was our death of the night.
I feel so bad for Candice.
I think she's actually hurt, by the way.
She is. Oh yeah, you saw the doctors come out, and then
Yeah,
every time something would happen over there, they would shield her
yeah,
so
they were
that
they were
nothing happened.
not
She was
they were
hurt.
yeah they she, and again when you saw that when I saw her coming down, I was like that ladder's not gonna hold.
Nope.
One, and then two, her knee completely missed the ladder. The knee is what caught her.
Yeah,
So I think her knee is just absolutely shattered at that point. But that whole match, I loved every single minute of it. But I will. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. I did not love the result because, and here's my reasoning. If you want to go ahead and get into this TLC match,
yep. Let's do it.
the 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 fact that when you go watch that match, the Wyatt Six are barely involved. It is
Yeah,
everybody else. It is
that's true.
everybody else, and
Yep.
then they get to climb up the ladders and grab it with ease. So, um, again, I'm not that's not necessarily like ruins the entire match because again that match was
Yep.
damn near perfect, but I did think that ending was a little odd in terms of results.
I agree. I really do. I'm listening to exactly what you're saying. I'm trying to look up to see if we have any update on Candace via Twitter, and it looks like this wasn't shown on the SummerSlam card, but Kathy Kelly did an interview with DIY and Candace after that TLC match, and Candace is standing fine. Like she's standing up beside Johnny. So I don't know if that is
She can stand up, but can she walk?
that's also fair. Um I thought the TLC match was incredible. Probably my favorite match of the night outside of Cody and Cena. I know we'll talk about the women's triple threat match as well, but I thought it was really good. You're right. The Wyatt Six barely had anything to do. Um, it was more of Uncle Howdy and Eric Rowan and Nikki Cross getting involved, which I thought was interesting. You know, you figure you were going to have that match and they were going to get involved. But dude, the where they went around the horn breaking all the tables and all those spots, dude, that was
What was it? The Spanish fly that
yes.
I thought someone in the first row, the
Yes.
audience was going to get hit.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you though. I'm with you. I don't think that Dr. Durst in the chat, Wyatt Six getting so old. I I
I
don't know.
agree. Here's if I could say it as
Yep.
someone that sporadically watches the weekly shows. Okay, I have not seen anything from the Wyatt Six that says you got to have them as the premier tag team. Like I'm sorry. Like I saw five other tag teams tonight that I would much rather enjoy holding onto the belts than the Wyatt Six. Now, of course, that goes into a whole thing of their heels and if they're going to be heel champions, you're going to hate them and everything like that. I get that. But I'm one of those people that I would at least like my heel champions to show up a little bit more in the tag team main event of the night,
Sure.
and they just didn't.
Sure. And I think too, I think this is just a process of building up Gacy and Dexter Loomis. Because I think maybe keeping them out of a lot of the action was to protect them and let the experienced guys do the work. I'm not saying that Gacy and Loomis are not experienced because they do have experience under their belt, but you have 10 other guys in there who can easily carry what's going on. Fraxium, of course, a young team as well, but there's just tons of experience in that match. And you're going to let your superstars shine and you let the heels find a way to win in the end. So I think them being champion is just trying to build that team and give them more credibility. Like you're sitting here saying, like you would rather see the other teams be champion, but if they're going to put over the Wyatt Six and continually have good matches and try to, I don't know, develop them in a way. I'm not saying I'm okay with the finish. I'm not. I think
Yeah.
Andrade and Ray Phoenix should have won. I think
Mm-hmm.
obviously I can make the case for DIY. Everybody looked great in that match. And even the Wyatt Six, the stuff that they did, I thought they looked good. Overall, the match hit exactly what it needed to hit. But
If I can
it
fight
was,
back real quick
Yep.
about the
Go for it.
credibility bit. I think you're right in the sense that yes, it gives them credibility when they're going up against a bunch of vets like that, right?
Yep.
But my problem then goes into I barely saw them fight against the guys I'm supposed to say, oh, you went up against these guys, and I'm
Correct.
now adding credibility. I didn't see enough of that
Yep.
tonight to warrant them grabbing the belt. By the
Agreed.
way, I saw Dennis in the comments. Um, the with the table work.
Yep.
Shout out. I've this could be just me not paying attention, but before, but the Slim Jim table had the little divots in it. Did you see
I
that?
I wish they hadn't shown it.
Like
Yes,
that
I
was
saw.
I saw that. I was like, oh, we know where the stacked tables are gonna go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they did it so that the
Mm-hmm.
tables will stay up and so that
Yes.
spot will go off without a hitch. So I'm
Yes.
glad they did it. I wish they hadn't stayed on that shot
We
for forever. Like
Right,
just
like you could see it. And I was like, oh, well, I know we're gonna get stacked tables, and I
yeah,
know where the
I mean,
position's gonna be.
like just
Yeah,
wide shot that thing and you get the exact same you
I will say, even though I knew it was happening and where it was happening, I was still the anticipation of when it was going to happen was still there. So I don't really think it took anything away. I
I
just thought it was hilarious that they were so upfront with it, like, oh, there it is.
I agree. I agree. I'll tell you what was really cool, and what I hope a lot of people realized Uncle Howdy and the group paying tribute to Bray Wyatt at the end. Not sure if a lot of people realize this. This was the first premium live event appearance for the Wyatt Six, very first one at SummerSlam. Did you also know that the first premium live event experience or debut of the Fiend Bray Wyatt was also at SummerSlam? And did you know that the first appearance debut at a PLE for Bray Wyatt himself was also at SummerSlam?
Mm.
So, a really cool way to be able to tie all that together and to pay tribute to Bray Wyatt. And we'll just kind of see how it goes, man. I hope they build up some credibility and I hope that they do some good things going forward. Let's talk about the women's triple threat match. Let's grab Dr. Durst's comment real quick. It was really funny when the guy said the announce tables are still reinforced how dumb they think we are. Now listen, I will say this, Aaron, about the announce tables. From the Netflix debut on the Raw debut on Netflix, when they debuted the new style announce table,
Yeah.
they talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And they drove that point home for 4 months because they didn't have a single announce table break until WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And it was during the Roman, Seth, and Punk match when the first announce table got broken.
Yeah.
And I think they've done a good job on the weekly TV shows of not breaking them, but it is becoming a little too common for them to talk about how reinforced it is.
I mean, we made I forget, it may have been on here or you and I talked separately. That you could not break those tables.
Correct.
They were impossible to break. So, well, Dennis, while I agree that it is wild to call them steel reinforced, whatever's below steel, that's what they were, because you could not get them to break at all.
It's true. That's true. And they were tough. They were tough. Triple H looks like he's speaking on the post show right now. So if there's any comments that come through, we'll see what happens there. Keep everybody up to date. Let's talk about the women's triple threat. Rhea, Io, Naomi, Andy calling it, Naomi coming out, retaining the championship. I will say this, Aaron, in watching this triple threat match, at WrestleMania, we felt like that Io was the odd woman out in a star-studded field with Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. Now we go to SummerSlam and we feel like that Naomi, the champion, again, is the odd woman out between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. But Aaron, I thought Naomi held her own and showed that she belonged in that conversation for one of the best in-ring female competitors going in the game today. I thought it was just well done.
Yeah, overall, I thought that match was pretty good. My big takeaway, it's the same as yours. I think Naomi did the work to finally kind of take her seriously as a champion. And I think it was Andy said it last night where he was like, we have an issue where these Money in the Bank people, they come in and they cash it, and then their first title defense they drop it.
Yeah.
So seeing Naomi be able to hold up her end of the bargain in that match against two competitors who have held the title for decent amounts of time.
Yep.
Is again goes back to your saying of credibility, and I think Naomi can actually compete at the top of the women's division.
Yeah, she really can. And I'm glad that she is getting this opportunity because, she left with Sasha Banks several years ago and we never knew if she was coming back or not. Obviously, she's married to Jimmy Uso, so she's got that connection and she was welcomed back, and just again glad to see her get this spot. Dr. Durst dropping us another comment. Thank you for being with us. And for those of you who are tuning in, if you are new, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Drop those comments and reactions. We're taking those, as you can see. Are they saving a Rhea win all the way to WrestleMania? I don't know, Aaron. It's one of those things where I think Rhea is fine without the championship. She's not losing an aura. She's not losing her status. She's probably the most popular female on the roster, and she's not a champion. So
yes. I also think that we're going to see, and this could go into our next match discussion, I think we're getting ready to see Lyra get moved up to main event status.
really?
Yes.
Why?
Well, she can't compete for the Intercontinental title anymore.
But why? Okay. I mentioned this earlier, and like the show started with some steam, and Becky and Lyra clearly drugged the show down. Like that match went on about 10 minutes too long.
Listen, I agree. I agree that match went on way too long. But I still enjoyed it. Does that make sense? Not like I actually enjoyed the match.
I enjoyed bits and pieces of the match. I thought they did some okay things. Yeah. I hated the handcuff thing, especially when Lyra was trying to put them back together when they clearly came apart.
And then her having to go back under the ring to go get a whole new set put on.
Yeah. I mean, that just was terrible. And then she was having trouble getting them off after she got the new set on. She was having trouble.
It was silliness. It was a poorly
it really was.
It was a poorly produced match.
It was.
But
I completely disagree with you though about Lyra in the main event picture. Whatever character she has, I don't get. I think she's fine in the ring. People just aren't getting behind her. I don't see it. I just don't.
I just want to see her free from the Becky stuff.
And I think she will be now.
And that's what I'm saying. If she does well away from Becky, I think she'll be good. Becky holds everybody down. So I mean, you saw her entrance on the Tron. You saw that, right?
Yes.
It was Becky Lynch, the man holds down, whatever it was. So Becky holding down a performer. So not surprising. But clearly there's going to be a thing there between Becky and Bayley. But I mean, I like Lyra. I guess I'm the minority here.
Yep.
You are. I think if she gets away from Becky, there's potential of her. Who's gonna win the Women's Royal Rumble?
We're a long way away from that, Aaron. I'm trying to digest what happened at SummerSlam. You're asking me who's going to win.
I'm already ready to talk about Rumble. Can't you tell I'm excited, baby? Let's go. Let's predict Rumble.
I'll give you three picks right
I'm ready for the road to WrestleMania in August, baby.
We're there. We just don't know it, but we're there. Papa H is cooking in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. Andy York is in the chat. I'm going to get to you in just a second, Andy, because I know you want to talk about it. I'll give you three picks for the Women's Royal Rumble right now.
Okay.
One is Rhea Ripley, because it's obvious.
Right.
Second is Liv Morgan, especially when she returns as a babyface. Liv Morgan. And your third is Roxanne Perez. There's your three.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
And the reason I throw Roxanne in there is she was runner-up this year in the Rumble.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, Andy. Boys, what are we doing? Andy, we're flipping a script. We're turning the internet wrestling community on its head. We're shocking the people. If Triple H is saying, if you thought last night was shocking, you ain't seen nothing yet, he was right. Again, if you guys missed it and you're just now checking us out, this is the Squared Circle Radio SummerSlam post-show. Vacation Aaron is with me. My name's Chris Belcher. Thank you for tuning in and hanging out with us. Brock Lesnar is back in the WWE after a 2.5-year absence. His last appearance, Aaron, I was actually in the building for, was WrestleMania 39 when he defeated Omos in SoFi Stadium in LA. That was his last appearance. And again, we're not going to get into the legal beagle, all of that kind of stuff, because we don't know. We're never going to know, but we just know that Brock is back. For at least for this John Cena retirement tour. It is a crazy, crazy, crazy time. What did you think of the steel cage match? Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa.
Sucked.
I'm with you.
And here's the biggest problem I had with it. The best spot was after the match.
After the match. Yep.
And it did nothing. It did nothing. Like, what? Oh, cool. Jacob could do a moonsault off the top of the cage. I knew that already. Like, I'm glad he did it because it's cool. But, like, why did we not do that for Solo?
He landed it perfectly. Just perfect. Just
like,
perfect.
We talk about it, like, we talked about with Bronson last night. No one that big should be that athletic, and Jacob is that athletic.
Right.
And I just, the whole ending was just, like, Solo falling out, like, all just clumsily and it's just, I'm sorry, like, I'm so over the bloodline. Can we just disband the bloodline? I'm over it. It's a snooze fest. Solo sucks. I don't like Solo.
The bloodline will never be over, as we talk about, because all of these guys have like 3, 4, 6, 7 kids, and they're getting into wrestling. So it's never going to be over. But now, as I like to tell Andy, let's correct you. This is no longer the true bloodline. This is a side quest. This is the MFT. This is the MFT. I'm actually here for it. I enjoy.
Is this like NWO Wolfpack or something?
Yes, it is. Yes, it's NWO Wolfpack. So in 10 years, when we look back, hindsight being 2020, it's going to be terrible. Right. But in the moment, it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. I enjoy the week to week what they have been doing. I was not here for this match. I did not like the way that it panned out. Not saying that that Jacob should have won, because I think the right guy won. I do. And the reason is because, maybe you disagree with me, Solo winning was the right call, because Jacob Fatu is about to be a humongous babyface. And you can't go give him the championship and then beat him as you're trying to make him ascend. I mean, Aaron, they are making city-themed T-shirts every place they go for Jacob Fatu. Do you know who else gets that? John Cena and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
And now Jacob Fatu gets it?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It again, it just comes back to, what I was saying about like the TLC match, like, but in reverse. I'm fine with the result. I hated the match. I absolutely hated the match. And
the ending says it funky.
Yeah, and Dennis says it in the comments. Sucked. The steel cage is to keep the cheaters out. That totally failed. Like, what's the point of having a steel cage if everyone can just open the door real easily and walk in and do these things? Like, please, let's make it a little tougher to get in. Like, it legit looked like the ref just had like one of those little, pins to put in the lock, and that was it. Bring back the steel chain padlock. Come on.
I know, right? I know. Yeah, that was one of the things that my wife, who is not a wrestling fan, by the way, for those of you who are watching this, that's one of the things that she commented during that cage match. She was like, wait a minute. They can't open the door themselves. They got to have somebody open it for them. I'm like, well, yeah, that's to try to keep people out. And she said, that's the dumbest thing. I was like, well, it didn't keep people out. So clearly it didn't do its job.
Also, climb over the top and win that way. Like, I'm so over the door, walking through the door finishes.
But here's just here's a genius idea, Aaron. The cage was built. Let me see if I have this right. To not let the competitors out and to keep everybody else out, keep the competitors in and everybody else out. So how about we just end the cage match, I don't know, with a pin inside the ring and be done with it? And don't try to escape because you're not supposed to be able to. Like,
or
I don't know.
You just do a Hell in a Cell match where it extends past the stairs.
There you go. I mean, and puts a roof on it. I mean, I don't know. It's a novel idea, right?
Which I always thought was the funniest thing in the world is like you have Hell in the Cell, which is a bigger cage, and then the steel cage match is just takes up to the turnbuckle. Like that stuff never made any sense to me. But again, I want someone to climb up to the top and if you're gonna leave the top exposed, climb up to the top and escape that way. I do not want just falling out the door like Solo did. That just kills it for me.
Yeah, it definitely was really strange. I thought Tala Tonga smashing the door in Jacob's face was cool. I mean, I always like that spot. I think it's cool when somebody from the outside does it and you don't know they're coming. I think that's really cool. But yeah, having Solo just
I agree, it was cool, but it took forever to do the spot
because
it looked. Jacob was just laying his head. He's like, I'm waiting. There
were a couple of spots tonight that I felt that way, that it was like you're just waiting on something. I don't remember. There was in the TLC match, there was a couple spots in the TLC match. The one where Candace took her big bump, where Johnny was clearly supposed to be the one to push the ladder over. Ciampa was clearly going to bump into Johnny, and that was how it was going to happen. But dadgum, we're waiting for 5 minutes for Montez Ford to jump up there and throw a kick. That way we can actually make the sequence happen. There was a couple spots in a TLC match that was a little bit funky.
2 nights in a row there was a lot of sloppiness.
There was some sloppiness.
Hey, not everybody can be AEW, as Andy would probably say.
Hey. Take shots at AEW, take shots at Gunther. I mean, listen, this is what vacation Aaron is here for.
I'm ready for Andy to pop in. We get the glass shatter and he's ready to go.
Let's go, Andy. Let's go.
Some bottles of Prime. Let's go. And then he hits me with a frog splash.
Speaking of frog splash, that's a great transition. You know if you did that or not. Speaking of frog splash. Speaking of Eddie Guerrero, some incredible Eddie Guerrero tribute stuff tonight in the AJ Styles Dominic Mysterio match. Of course, AJ coming out in Eddie gear, coming out in the lowrider, and then doing an Eddie finish with the boot and all of that kind of stuff. Aaron, I was here for it. Like, it definitely wasn't the best Dominic Mysterio match or the best AJ Styles match.
Yeah.
But it served its purpose and it paid tribute to Eddie Guerrero in such a great way. I loved it, man. I thought it was great.
It was cool. I think Rey Mysterio even tweeted out his thoughts about it tonight.
Oh, that's fun.
I need to go find that. Did you? So AJ Styles' son?
Yes.
Was that him in the lowrider? Now I don't know if that his son did the bleach blonde hair as like a tribute to
I wondered the same thing. I wondered the same thing. That would be very cool.
I wasn't sure if that was like some mind games to play there, but yeah.
I thought that was really cool too.
I thought that whole match was it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't bad. It was like right in the middle. It did everything it needed to do.
Right.
I do think it's just a matter of time before Dom takes that next step.
Yes.
I mean, Dom. Everybody loves Dom. I mean, he's I will say I love the taking off the boot. I loved that aspect of the match. Also, shout out to Dom having matching skeleton socks with his ring gear.
I know.
Keeping up with that. But again,
I
the
love
whole
that.
match was just kind of it was middle of the road. It's what that mid card needs to be.
Yep.
It was fine.
So we had a couple of mid matches tonight. We had several mid matches tomorrow night, or last night rather, not tomorrow night. Good grief. Um, you're looking at night number 1 and night number 2 of SummerSlam, the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, biggest party of the summer. Obviously, we like night number 2 better, but I felt like it was really weird that they stacked all these stipulation matches in one night because you had all this train wreck stuff, which you could have sprinkled that into last night and had a little bit spicier of a night. Are you okay with the way they stacked the card? Would you rather them shake it up a little bit differently than they did? Or, I mean, hindsight's 2020. Obviously, when we look at SummerSlam overall, it's like, well, yeah, one night had to be better than the other. But what do you think if they would have done a little more balance?
I mean, looking at the card right now, I just think it's one of those. We had what, 5 matches tonight, 6 last
6.
night.
I had 6 both nights.
I mean, do you overbook night 2 and make sure it's like the best night because it is night 2, or do you? Because that's my thing. I think there's no win-win at all.
Right. Right. Agreed.
Um, what we said last night, there's plenty of storylines. Is there enough good storylines? And I don't think that there's enough good storylines.
Right.
And that's obviously going to have to be a night 1 deal. But I think it's one of those things where you don't need to have 6 matches on night 1. Maybe you have 5. You have it 5-5, and you have 10 overall. But if you're gonna add a match, if you're gonna have a 6th match, you need to have it on night 2.
Sure.
That was the funny part too, is you had 6 matches on night 1, but night 1 finished earlier.
Dr. Durst in the chat. I think they realized Mania night 1 outshone night 2. Wanted that to not happen again. I don't know that it's a matter of that because Mania night 1 outshines night 2 every year, it seems like. So except for
Roman
uh,
Cody.
I don't even know. Like night 1 of that, I have to go back and look. Night 1 that year might have been better also. I don't remember for sure. I mean, that match obviously stood out. I don't remember everything else that was on those cards, but it seems like, as we said last night, there's one show that's always better, 1 and 2, and this is the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, and they're just gonna have to figure it out just like they did WrestleMania, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Like Aaron, I look back and WrestleMania 37, I'm sorry, 36 was the first 2-night WrestleMania because it was the COVID WrestleMania. And I think night 1 was better there. 37, night 1 was better. 38, night 1 was better. 39, night 1 was better. 40 again, I'm not sure. And 41, night 1 was better. So that's a trend. It just is. And I think that, I don't know. I don't know if it's a more balancing. I just look at like Aaron, all the stipulations that they put on night 2, like almost every match had no rules, some sort of stipulation, something, and they didn't have any of that on night 1. So just sprinkling that aspect of it just to bring some excitement. Imagine, okay, let's take Becky Lyra for example. If you flip Jade and Tiffany and Becky and Lyra and just one match that has weapons on night number 1, I think people might look at that match a little more positively because it was just in a sea of, I don't want to say nothingness, but in a sea of normal, you have that be able to stick out. I don't know. Am I being too critical
No,
here?
no, I think that the reasoning, if you apply it to that, makes sense. But if you're trying to make night 1 better by moving that match to night 1, I still don't think that does.
Oh, no,
Does
no, no. No,
yeah,
I think it's just more of a balance of trying to make the night 1 that clearly was a 4 just more exciting.
yeah. But
Not
I think
necessarily that it would make
you're
it
only.
better.
I think you're bumping up tonight. Bumping up night 1 from a 4 to a 5 if you're taking that Becky match to night 1, because again, like we both agree, that match went way too long.
Yes, it did.
And there were a lot of botches with it. And we liked little pieces of it, but it
Yep,
wasn't
for sure.
anything to write home about.
All right, let's check the Twitter machine one more time. Let's see if Triple H has said anything of significance as we get ready to sign off here. Again, we appreciate you guys being tuned in live with us, or if you're watching the replay, we appreciate that very much as well. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Make sure that you are following the show. Make sure that you leave us a rating, a review. Make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. That would really help us as well. Like this video if you're watching. And then if you are watching the replay, not watching live, watching the replay, still drop those comments and questions. We will take those as well.
I found the post from Rey Mysterio's on Instagram, not Twitter. He was taking video of the match between Dom and AJ Styles. He goes, this is the caption: incredible 20-year tribute, Eddie versus Rey from AJ and Dom, aka Dirty Dom, #respect, and then ends it with this: still wish Eddie would have beat me and kept Dom's custody.
I love that.
Great.
I love that. I cannot wait tonight to be scrolling through Twitter and through all of social media so that I can get reactions to Brock Lesnar returning and just people watching that live and reacting. I can't wait. That's certainly gonna make my night.
When I got home last night after the show, I spent like 2 hours on TikTok watching wrestling streamers. Reacting to Seth.
We're gonna be doing that tonight. Oh, this will be good to find videos of people who were there and reacting live. That'll be a lot of fun. All right. Vacation Aaron, you've been on the podcast 2 nights in a row. I know you have work tomorrow. You want to make it a third?
We might have to make it a third. You might get summer vacation, Aaron. SummerSlam vacation, Aaron.
Listen, the invitation is always open for Vacation Aaron. Even though you cashed in your opportunity, one would say that you won the championship when you cashed in. You have an excellent cash-in percentage, and you just keep that train moving. So, standing invitation.
We might have to.
Standing invitation for you to be back tomorrow night. For those of you who are watching us live, hang with us tomorrow night after Monday Night Raw. Andy York will be back with us. We'll break everything down from Raw. I can't wait to get the words. I'm sure that Andy will be able to come up with some words between now and then about Brock Lesnar and about how he feels about all this. So I'm anxious to hear what he has to say. And Aaron, honestly, I'm anxious to see how they recover from this. What the night after WrestleMania is always one that we talk about. Is the night after SummerSlam going to turn into one of those things? I don't know. I'm anxious to see what they bring to us on Raw tomorrow night.
I think it has to if you're going to make it 2 nights.
I think you're right.
The night after SummerSlam is going to be something added to the vocabulary.
I think you're right. All right. We appreciate you guys being with us for Vacation Aaron. My name's Chris Belcher. This has been another live edition of Squared Circle Radio. Thank you guys again for being with us. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so on the way out. And we will catch you tomorrow night for another live edition of the show.